All right. Hello everyone, and welcome for this run of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a wonderful game in which it is impossible to rage. You're going to understand why. Well, you know Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's not like you know Mario Kart in general. It's very based around RNG, and this run will be no exception. We are going to do 48 tracks. All 48 original tracks, and no, not DLCs, with the intent of going as fast as we possibly can. I'm going to take King Boo. We have a couple characters that are considered the fastest. King Boo is not the fastest, but it's mostly down to preference. Because when I play in a competitive 200cc, I tend to use this character. Because yes, there is a 200cc competitive scene. This is our combos. We have the Buggy Bud, the Roller, and the Paper Glider. As you can see, speed and acceleration, we will mostly focus on the acceleration and not speed. It is going to be important for most of the tracks at the very least. So here is our screen that we have to make sure it is correct. So our run is valid. So we have 200cc Grand Prix, no teams, normal items, hard CPU, all vehicles, courses in order, and races 48. So what we are going to do is just all these tracks right here, like all the cups, all the 12 cups displayed right here are those that we're going to play. The first track will be Mario Kart Stadium, and the last will be Big Blue. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than my runs usually do in that regard, but yeah, let's go for it. And tech, get ready to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Good luck.
Thank you. So already, first track, so keep in mind I'm playing on a cartridge, which is slower in terms of the loading times. I think it's about like a minute and 20 seconds slower over the course of a 48 tracks run. So here I'm going to do what is called a NISC, non-item shortcuts. So I'm going to, right there we go. We just hop over this part right here, and we already have a pretty significant gap. And here I'm going to get the 10 coins. There we go. The reason why I'm trying to just get rid of my items as fast as possible is mostly because what we call horn cycling. So in this game you have probabilities for every single item. And what we want for this run in particular is the Super Horn. The Super Horn has about like a 2.5% chance of appearing in like any capacity, in any single slot. So we try to just horn cycle to be sure we won't get hit by the blue shell. Okay, that was. Oh yeah, and I run into my. Of course, I get to run into my own banana. This is fine, and we get the Super Horn at the end. Not going to matter, we're just going to use it, take the 2 coins, and boom. About 140, which is a pretty respectable time for MKS. Or at least for MKS splits. And here we go, second track, Water Park. I'm going to stay low. I'm going to try and go as fast as possible up front, and then just stay there. But normally we shouldn't have any issues. Here we're going to take this part. Okay, almost run into the wall, but we managed to save it. Okay, fair enough. First shock of the run. Arrived race 2, but it's fine. I'm going to take the double right here. Because keep in mind, when you have a coin as a first item, you cannot have a coin as a second item. There's one exception, which is if you are online and there's connection issues. Okay, so blue is coming. I'm going to try to check if I can have this. Come on. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. I managed to say that.
Nice.
This is what we call this is basically what is called like the iframes, so invulnerability frames. We just abuse them. We're just going to try to abuse them. Keep in mind that the timing is completely different compared to what it used to be, because normally you have I think something like 78 frames, if I recall correctly, to dodge an item. And you have 78 frames to dodge an item. No, 78 invulnerability frames. Okay, need to focus a little bit. So 78 iframes. Game runs at, well, performance checks at 30 FPS at the very least. If you get hit during these frames, the item will hit you, but you will not suffer a knockback. And the third wave of the DLCs added something, little stat, which depends on your Kart combination and your character. And it depends on your Kart combination and your character, and if you...
Nice horn, right on the blue shell.
Yep. Just going to focus here. There we go. And there... Oh, I didn't see the banana. And basically, so normally the timer is about 78 frames, but if you have a character that is like optimized for speed, for example, Waluigi Wiggler, this timer will actually go down to something like, I think the lowest is 52 frames, which is still like a second and a half. But going from 2.5 seconds to 1.5 seconds is definitely a tall task, because you need to completely rethink the way in which you're throwing your items and at what time you need to like roll on a banana.
To help you out for a quick second, there's a couple ways to dodge a blue shell. Obviously, the horn is one, running into an item is a second, and a third is running off the level. If you're in Lakitu's grasp and the blue shell tries to hit you while you're still held by him, you also dodge it because you're still in invulnerability.
Yep.
But because of this new stat, it just... all the timing's thrown off. Where you normally throw yourself off the level at a certain timing, you now need to completely rethink it based on your Kart combination that the new stat assigned.
Yeah, and it can get extremely convoluted.
Yeah, it's already very complicated as it is, because you need an item right in front of you, or you need to be able to just barely time falling off the level as the blue shell's hitting you, but then having the timings be switched just makes it even more complicated. Ooh, especially
okay. So we get to talk about this. So what happened as well during the third wave of the DLCs was a change in the way the shock actually behaves with your glider.
I've not seen that, actually.
Yeah, it does not close your glider anymore.
Cool, that is really nice. They probably had to do it for a new level, I imagine.
Yes, mostly because of Maple Treeway.
Yeah, imagine that was part of it.
Pretty good start, about like 729, I'd say, for the first 4, which is a decent start. Alright, so this part, Mario Circuit, or MC8 as we call it in the community. What we are doing here, so I'm going to explain the 3 different tiers of Mini Turbo. So you have 1, 2, 3. The blue is called the Mini Turbo. It gives you a boost of speed for 2/3 of a second. Then you have the orange, which is the Super Mini Turbo, which gives you a boost of speed for 5/3 of a second, so 1.66 seconds. And finally, you have the purple. And finally, you have the purple one, which is the Ultra Mini Turbo, which gives you a boost of speed for 8/3 of a second, so 2.6 seconds.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Mini Turbo is affected by the acceleration stat, right? Or was it top speed one?
Yes, and some kind of handling as well. It's
yeah. So there's your combination of character and kart is definitely going to affect your Mini Turbos as well, which is part of the reason to pick a certain kart combo with the wheels and character combined.
Oh wow, okay, that is...
Oh, and a blue shell as well. You're definitely getting Mario Kart here.
That's fine, that's fine. So that happens. Just need to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one of those levels where you can't do any like major skips, so it's basically just a how much time are you gonna lose to items kind of level.
Yeah. Alright, Toad Harbor. This one's a little bit more complex than the last at the very least. There's funny thing is that in this level, if you play your cards correctly, you can actually outrun a blue shell. I've never managed to do it, but it is definitely possible. Because if you keep a certain speed and go... There we go. If you keep a certain speed and manage to get in, like, to get a certain line, you will outrun the blue shell for long enough that will just disappear. And this actually has a name in the Mario Kart community. It's called the blue shell poof. I almost hit myself with the green layer there. There we go. Ooh, in the hole right now. Nice! So just going to keep those 2 items. Though I'm a little bit concerned because the AI is really far away. Because if they're really far away, they're going to get extremely good items and mostly shocks. Because the item does not really depend only on your placement. It also depends on the distance you have compared to first. So it's not uncommon you actually have a shock in like 6th or 7th place. Okay, it was a clean run. So let's continue. Twisted Mansion. Oh, okay. Yeah, is it green? Going to put the banana there, then we're away. Oh, seems like I hit someone with my banana. Because when you see your character doing like some kind of victory animation, it's because they hit, like, the item that you threw hit something. Ooh, okay. Unfortunate shock, but we power through, no worries. We're going to take the double item box there. There we go. Here, this part, you basically have to sit on the brakes to be able to do this turn. Because this also is a particularity of 200cc, is that to go fast, you learn to go slow, which means really you need to learn to use the B button. And especially you need to use it efficiently to make sure you have the best lines.
These tracks were kind of designed around 150cc, then they added 200. They added a special type of drifting called brake drifting, where you can hold the brake button while drifting to make your drift sharper. And that's an essential mechanic for 200. 200 would basically not be possible without brake drifting being in the game. I know when they tried to mod Markup Wii to add higher CCs than 150, they essentially just had to mod brake drifting in there as well, because otherwise it just wasn't possible.
Okay, that happens. Oh my god, okay, that's a very bad start, but...
Yeah, as soon as you get thrown back into the CPUs, it goes haywire with all the items and stuff going off.
Okay, so that's better. I'm not going to even bother doing this. There we go. Yeah, you can actually do this this NISC pretty consistently, so... Oh, here are bananas.
There's a quick version of it that is not very consistent, but you can just hop over the grass and make it fairly consistent and just do it as a no item.
In 200, that is definitely... It's definitely easy. I wouldn't say it's the easiest NISC to do, but...
No, this one definitely challenged me a lot while practicing the 200 route.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly that you're trying to avoid the speed penalty here. Oh, nice.
Okay, so thank you for...
Good Rich.
Thank you for second place.
Yeah, if you're in the grass for too long, even on 200cc, you get to slow down, so you're trying to avoid that by hopping on time, but it's just a very hard timing to not lose some speed on that NISC there.
Okay, good, because there's really the item that we hate the most in this run is the blooper. It is really hard to actually negotiate any turn with the blooper, so...
Yeah, especially because you're throwing away your bananas all the time to get item cycling going. You're leaving the track littered with banana shells you then can't see. Or banana peels, excuse me.
Right, Sunshine Airport. This one's relatively easy at the very least. I'm going to just focus there. Oh, missed the turn a little bit. Well, that's fine because we had already a pretty good first part. Yeah, I'm going to get ahead. Okay, I'm going to get... Okay, I'll get after. Oh my gosh, so close.
Right at the end.
No!
At least they made the recoveries in Mario Kart 8 a bit more forgiving. As we can see here, if he gets hit, he just gets moved forward instead of backward. So that's at least a little bit helpful.
Okay, that's a very... Oh my god, that's a very bad essay. Oh. Okay, that's better. Now, normally we should be able to keep it for the rest of the race. And yeah, did you get some sleep, or...?
Yeah, I definitely caught some sleep. I went to sleep a little bit early. To make sure I could be up for this. Yeah, no, I would not be as alive if I stayed up until like 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I need to watch some runs back, though, because I definitely missed some good stuff there. How about you?
Yeah, I went to sleep at like close to midnight and woke up at 8:30, basically.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Dolphin Shoals. This one is pretty, like, this one is really hard to optimize. Specifically for one section in the level, which is with the Unagi.
Yeah, the snake has some very weird physics in the hitbox where if you can get into just the right spot, you can trick off it repeatedly, because you trick off it and then you immediately get grounded again, so you can trick again. See if we can get it. There we go. That was a little bit, but you can basically repeat that almost down the snake entirely and get a bunch of speed boosts in a row. As you saw, there were a couple repeated attempts there, but you can do that much more if you just get in the right spot. It's very challenging to get in the right spot, though, because you gain some height as you gain speed, obviously, so you start flying over him. Oh.
Okay,
that almost went badly, but good recovery. See if we can get some more here. Yeah, because of him moving as well, it's just really hard, especially on timing when you get there on the timing you're not expecting. Because he's just in a different spot every time.
Yeah, the timing is even hard in 200 as well.
Yep. Yeah, you can sometimes get a couple, but getting it consistently is just extremely difficult.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. No worries. Oh, unless...
Nah. Oh! Ooh.
And I managed to hit the second place right after. Nice. Oh, that's fine.
Game was like, we were trying to hit you, let's hit you anyway. But yeah, at least the lightning came right at the end, because I mean, if you get a lightning in the level, it lasts for about a minute, so you have a minute of a free speed loss right there.
It's 8 seconds.
Oh, is it?
It's like 8 to 10 seconds, and you lose, like, in terms of speed, you lose 4 seconds flat.
Ah, okay, sorry.
Well, if you're in first, by the way, because if you are in last, for example, and you get hit by the shock, you grow back to normal instantly.
Yeah. Depending on placement, you get a longer or shorter shock, so...
Oh, that was close. Didn't match to get them. I want to play relatively aggressively as well. Making sure I have time to dodge anything that can come my way. Oh, and the blue arrives. Oh, okay. Thank you, I guess. There we go.
Nice.
And I hit the aspiration on the shroom, which gives me enough speed to get back to normal.
Yeah, so the enemy had a triple shroom there. One of them was still hanging around them. If you run into it, you can actually steal it off a CPU. What just happened?
It does not disappear from them, that's the thing. But you get the aspiration as if you hit one of their shrooms. Alright, this part is going to be a little bit more complicated. Got pushed off. Oh wow, that is unfortunate. Got immediately hit by green here. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go.
Yeah, that's another nice easy no item shortcut on 200cc. It's a bit hard to line up, but
it's even easy. Like it's even doable than 150, no issues. You have to time it a little bit better at the very least in 150, but it's definitely doable. There we go. So here I dropped my bomb so it could hit the red shell, and I said hello to Mr. Tree.
With bomb particularly, you do want to drop it before the red shell comes to you, because otherwise the bomb still blows you up.
In 150cc, yes. In 200cc, can actually trail it behind you, and you will be faster than the blast.
Oh, I think I got hit on 200 before, but I might have not been full speed then.
It might have been in the, like in a Kart or something, or you were not top speed, because at top speed you're just barely able to do it.
That makes a lot more sense to where I did or didn't get a hit sometimes.
Let me check. Yeah. Let's see how the next 4 will go. Cloud Top Cruise. I should be okay on this race because we did play twice in my competitive matches yesterday, and it did go relatively well.
Yeah, this is another one of those tracks that just has a couple challenging turns, especially during the first half of the level, that just are a bit difficult to navigate with the speed you have on 200.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's a little bit of an issue as well. You need to be extremely precise when you take the cut. Oh, there we go. Another banana. That's fine. Nope. Try to outrun it for as long as I could, but it is it is possible to outrun a blue on most of the tracks, but it is extremely hard. Oh, and oh my god. Yeah, I'm getting Mario Karted very hard on this.
Yeah. If you get slowed down and the CPUs get closer, their red shells start being in range again, so it just starts stacking up.
Let's see how we will be after Rainbow Road. It might be a smidge over 33, given my pace. So my PB on the Nitro tracks, the first 16 tracks, is a 32.55 that I did at, I think it was UKSG 2021? I can't remember which one. So, as you can see, you often see me using my rearview mirror. it's actually pretty useful to see where, like, if you have any items, where they come from. Oh, that... okay. I'll take it. Yeah, so the red actually hit one of the dry bones.
If you're in a certain spot, you can use some of the environment elements to dodge items sometimes, like a wall or dry bones in this case, or all other small things.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be... yeah, it's going to be something like 30... it's going to be like 33-20, judging by how it's going. Which is fine. I got RNG'd more than a few times, so it's not a bad time by any means.
Yeah, I'm not keeping count because that's just gonna end up feeling very bad, but there was quite a couple blue shells and lightnings already. Not even accounting for the shells.
There we go. I mean, it's pretty... it's the usual full Mario Kart run, at the very least.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, I'm stupid.
Ooh. Just drop the item for the red.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fine. We can come back. There we go. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, left side.
Yeah, that ball swinging about, especially with the speed you have, is a bit hard to time sometimes, and be able to recognize where it is.
So with a friend, we jokingly call it Miley Cyrus.
The wrecking ball, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just a bit hard to spot where it is because you only see it fairly late, and then you still have to pick your direction.
No!
Oh! If you drop that coin just a second later, the boo would have stole that instead. Oh, that's so sad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you sometimes keep a coin in the first slot for a little bit, so if a boo comes along to steal your item, it steals that. Yeah, we got a horn in second, used the coin, and then horn got stolen instead. That was so sad. Right as the blue was there.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a 33-20. Okay, so this... there we go. There we go.
Yeah,
this part... this zone is one of the most complicated in 200.
Those first two corners are a very big example of why brake boosting just needs to exist in this game. It is completely impossible otherwise, and even with brake boosting, it's really hard to execute properly.
There we go. In this part, you can actually skip over most of it just by hopping from one track to another. Oh my god. My banana almost hit another banana. Okay.
Ooh, almost, yeah.
Oh, and right after the items as well. Okay, I'm going to go outward for this one.
I grab some boost
if you're small enough, you can actually use the boost pads, but if you're not small enough, you just have to tank it. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not going to take the shroom.
Yeah, that shroom would just send you off the edge there. It looks very enticing, but right before that corner, not a good idea.
What is my item luck today? Okay. I think like 33-25 or something. Yeah, 33-31. I got Mario Kart really hard, so I don't mind. Okay, Moo Moo Meadows. I think if we were to compare to my 48 Tracks BB, I think we're something like 30-ish seconds behind. I think I got a 33-0 something in
Yeah, you tend to just randomly lose and gain a bit of time all over the game.
There we go.
Especially on 48, it's... The times in between aren't that indicative of what your end time's going to be until you get later into the run.
So as you can see, for example, there were 2 reds behind me, and one of them hit one of the cows. Can
Blue shell might be able to.
Nope, I can't.
Almost raced the blue to the line, but unfortunately, just a bit short there.
Okay. So here we're just going to use our B button quite extensively to make sure we have the best lines. Okay, tire hop number 1, and completely failed. Basically, if you time your hop correctly, you can jump over the tires. It saves a fraction of a second, but it
looks cool, so it's cool.
Nice.
And it does cut a bit of the track, so it's definitely worth trying. There we go.
That was pretty good. Oh, and the shock.
Essentially let go of boost right before you get up on the curb there, then jump off the curb, giving you some extra height and some extra speed to make a long jump, essentially.
Oh, I didn't see this room. Okay, Cheap Cheap Beach. So normally, we finish the run at 720 points. It's not uncommon to not finish at 720, but usually we finish at 720.
Yeah, 720 is when you've just finished every race in first place. If you don't, you obviously start losing points, but the objective is finishing the races fast, which is usually achieved by hitting first, but you don't necessarily need to for the speedrun.
Okay,
You
nice.
Get Mario Karted really bad, your run is not over. Except for the speed loss, of course.
I said yeah, nice, because I had a coin, then a horn behind it.
Yep.
I get shocked.
No horn, and then red. Yeah. It's just really unfortunate sometimes. This game give it and it take it away, and it's usually mostly the second part.
I thought I actually had the hitbox is slightly larger than it might appear. The hitbox of your character at the very least. Like 2 shocks, really? Okay.
Time for the blue shell to make it a triple, but
okay. Hello, Zita. Yeah, we are starting on this race number 20. Going to take the coins. So thought I had the luxury to have enough space, but no. Oh, it's not a great pattern. Because as you can see, the outside lane is actually going backwards, and this, like, getting one of these patterns is completely down to RNG. And you can get really deadly for the speedrun. Okay, I'm going to take the 4 points there. That was very bad. And there was an attempt.
yeah. The timing on that is just really hard, especially on a level like this where you just have to have a car near you.
Yeah, and if you hit a car, like, if you are, like, if the blue shell is next to you and you hit a car, the blue shell will hit the car instead of hitting, like, before hitting you.
Yeah, it'll blow up the car, knock it over, and then hit you.
So that's why you need to time it, like, almost perfectly. There we go. A little hop over the sand. One of the properties of sand that I didn't really mention when we had Bone Dry Dunes earlier is that sand is extremely slippery. Which makes handling ever so slightly more complicated. Oh, there we go. 8 seconds. Oh my god. Yeah, the timing to kill the red shells on the timing to kill red shells on 200 is definitely a little bit more tight. When you're more used to 150cc at the very least. Oh, yeah, I couldn't throw it in time. Oh wow. That is abysmal RNG. And yet, as you can see, I'm not that far from my PB. Like I did say, it was like only 30 seconds, and despite the RNG, I'm not that far away. Because when you get hit by an item, you basically lose like upwards of 3 to 4 seconds. So if you're consistent with your driving, you're only going to lose like 4-8 seconds per track at worst. And sometimes there are other tracks where you perform compared to your PB, and you end up gaining a few seconds, which is not uncommon as well. I'm going to focus a little bit on this part.
And because it's RNG, you can also have a level where you got bad RNG before and now you're fine. So, especially over like a 48 track cycle, it kind of evens out where some levels are just going to be really bad, some levels are good, and okay, so the rest are kind of in between.
There we go.
Nice.
So yeah, as you notice, we were talking about like the bomb earlier. So if you're at top speed, you can just trail it behind you. Oh. Okay, yeah, that was right before the item set. I'm fine. But I need to take
the long way around.
I need to take at least a defensive. There we go. Just in case. Okay. Okay, just had to type something, completely lost track. That's fine. Because we have the second place item, which is the red shell. Now we can just run away with it. Oh, this turn is actually really tight. So here I'm going to learn from my mistake. I'm not going to use the coin yet. Okay, good.
Nice.
I actually had to brake to make sure.
Yeah, you can kind of hear a sound when the horn hits the item and it poofs away. So that's how you know it's been it.
Yeah, now we see an example of this.
Yep.
As you can see, I was trying to go towards the piranha plant to get hit by it, and the blue hit it before, made it tumble and then hit me.
Yeah, the blue basically just knocks anything out of its way, be it other racers, things like that, plants, anything. Just knocks it out of the way. Another kind of tight corner coming up right here after this.
There we go.
Nice.
Taking a platform.
Yeah, getting up to that glider there is more challenging than it looks. For sure.
Oh, and okay, my banana gets stolen. This part with the the split path It's definitely harder than it appears. Okay, definitely need to not hit the T key. There we go.
Yeah, those Tiki move between the laps, so you have to adjust to where they are.
Keep in mind that they are in the local cycle, so if you're consistent, you might know exactly where they are at any point.
If you're at the same speed, they'll be in the same spot, but if you get items or something weird, then it can be a bit hard to track.
Okay, I prefer to get tumbled in the air. Because if you're hit during a glider... Oh, if you get hit during a glider, basically...
you keep a little bit of forwards momentum,
yeah.
and as you fall to the ground, you don't tumble as much. So you don't get completely dead stopped, you fall kind of forward, and then you can keep going. So you keep a bit more speed if you get hit in the air compared to when you're on the ground.
Definitely helps. Okay, this is what I call the Deadly Trio. The next 3 tracks, so Warrior Stadium, Sherbetland, and a music park, or Melody Motorway as it's called in British, in the British version, is like it's a trio of maps that are definitely extremely technical. And it appears like right in the middle of the run as well, so you need to be prepared.
Yeah, you have some time to warm up, but then you get thrown straight into the deep end with these. These have some heavy mechanical application of brake boosting and a bunch of other stuff to make them work with 200.
Oh wow, okay.
Not to mention the items in between.
Wow, that is...
Yeah. This level is very tight. You don't have a lot of space to move and adjust for items, so you're pretty much just caught in the middle of this kind of stuff happens. And that jump off there is extremely difficult.
Yeah, it's definitely awkward. Oh, I thought I had it.
Yeah, that looked like you might have almost hit the corner of that last room there, but fortunately, barely missed.
That's fine. Yeah, there's pretty much an unwritten rule about these tracks, is that in this trio, there is always one track that will go wrong. Which means if this went wrong, it means the eye is probably going to be a little bit gentler on the next 2.
Not sure if I would take a bet on Sherbetland being more gentle, but we'll see.
I mean, you can always try it.
Yeah, for sure. It's willed into existence.
So the reason why I'm saying this one is pretty technical is because of the ice physics. There we go. Because the ice physics make everything very, very slippery. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, ice physics combined with the very tight drift you tried to do in the second section to not get under the ice is quite challenging. But it saves a little bit of time, so it's worth it.
Yeah, I got hit by the blue. Oh, that was definitely not what I wanted to do. Want to just throw it backwards and throw it forward. No way! No, I refuse. This is BS. This is absolute
Yeah, these
BS.
moves are out to get you today. How many defensive items have they stolen at this point, right as you needed them?
I think like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I
so
think
far.
I've seen it like 3 or 4 times already, yeah, for sure.
Race number 27. Can I at least have one of the 3 that goes well? This spot is extremely tight as well.
Oh yeah, the second set of xylophone is very difficult to get right. You need to start your drift at the right timing and use brake drifting, otherwise you just don't make it out.
Yeah, it just fall off.
Yeah, you either under or overshoot it. Both can happen there.
Okay. Whee!
Go into the ceiling there, because you have enough speed with the glider.
Yeah, I think there's a meme about it. I remember seeing a meme about it. I think it was Space Oddity put over someone going like over the ceiling in that map.
I can imagine, yeah. It kind of does have a space theme as you get up there in the ceiling, so definitely makes some sense. Like the skybox there is space themed.
It went decent, at least.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
The track's with a million ways to resolve it, but just one fast one.
Yep. So yeah, I remember people telling me, oh, it was like someone told me during the run, oh, it's such a shame that they removed the the question mark.
Oh yeah,
where everyone is on the original, and keep in mind this is because of the N64 limitation on pathfinding.
Yeah, basically on the N64 version of this, because this is a retro remake of N64 Yoshi's map, because of the different pathing and the CPU, basically the N64 couldn't figure out who was first, second, third, and it also couldn't keep track of who was where on the map. So to solve that, they just went, well, we'll just put a question mark there, and we'll resolve it at the end of the race, because we know who finished first and who finished second. So if you turn on like the driver tracking on that map on N64, you basically just shoot all over the place, and all the CPUs do too.
The shock, of course, arriving beginning. Oh fuck! Okay, can I? Oh, I got egged. Yeah, it's really hard timing for the egg on.
Yeah, third lap egg is very, very tight there. Is right in your way if you're going fast.
Oh, might actually be barely on the sub hour after TikTok clock.
That's another level where the cycles affect your run quite a lot. Trying to dodge things like these swinging pendulums and stuff like that. It's just very tight sometimes.
Yeah, having the optimal line on this track is definitely not easy.
Especially near the end, the clock face there. If the arrow, if the pointers are in a certain way, oh, there we go. Ulvind just did it. Oh, almost did it. You can drift right over them and cut the whole watch face basically there.
It saved like about a second, I'd say. Oh, okay.
And here's
sure.
One of those cycles on the pendulums.
There we go. Had to re-roll a bit to be sure that, yeah. 59.45. Yeah, this part is extremely complicated to manage as well in 200. There we go. Oh god. Okay. Oh, wow. Yep, it's starting back again. There we go, I hit them. I'm not going to try going over the shrooms here because they can actually disrupt completely your run, so... or your lines.
Yeah, there's some very tight corners there that are already difficult to navigate, let alone with an extra speed boost. Oof.
This didn't happen, you didn't see anything?
Unfortunate banana placement right on the uphill.
Yeah, I'm about a minute late compared to my PB. We're still strongly on pace for estimate, don't worry.
Here's another level that they did some really cool justice to in the remake, where it kind of changes over time as we go along and finish the laps.
Yep. And in 150, the end is even more complicated to manage.
Yeah, because of the extra speed and the level not adjusting how it breaks down parts of the map, you actually have more of the map that you're able to use on 200 compared to 150.
Okay, that's a pretty early shock. That's fine. Because there are two rules about shocks. The first one is that you cannot get a shock until 30 seconds have elapsed in the map. And the second rule is that when a shock is used and there isn't another one in any player's pockets. There we go. There isn't another in any of the player's pockets. You cannot get a shock for 30 seconds. So it is possible to get 2 shocks or 2 blues, or even more sometimes. Worst offender being, I think it was either Maple Tree Way or Waluigi Pinball. Oh god.
It's a bit of a longer run, so some stretching in between levels. Yeah, definitely recommended sometimes.
Especially since my chair is not exactly designed to be comfortable.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I need to buy a desk chair at some point. The problem is making sure it arrives in one piece of my house. There we go. You can see me shaking a little bit. It's because I actually shake my controller to do the tricks. There we go. So what you can do when you're a little tight on space is that you can usually put an item right in the middle of the road. And the red is like programmed in such a way that it usually goes through the middle of the road, so...
Yeah, it only starts really tracking the player once it gets close, and for the rest it just goes straight down the middle.
105.49, okay. It's not bad, by any means. $104.37, so we're a minute and 12 seconds behind. I think we should be on pace for a 137, unless... Let me try... Oh, let's go! Managed to do the NISC here. It's actually a pretty hard NISC to do, this one. Oh, wow, okay. That was...
Yeah, that NISC is kind of tight, especially because you need to get enough height. There's you can sort of manipulate it just a little bit by doing a front or back flip, because they have a little bit different height, but it's still very hard to do. And it helps if you're further left into the corner for that NISC as well.
There we go. We won't be able to do the NISC clap 3, so we're just going to tank it, take the double item. There we go. I know I had some pretty unfortunate luck near the end of my PB, so Well, sub 136 isn't exactly over yet. There we go. Ooh, no. That's bad. Okay. That was close. Here we're not going to take the ramp. Ooh. No second item? Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Also keep in mind, when you play this map, everything is randomly generated. Like, the pathing you have to take is randomly generated. Oh, okay, interesting. I haven't really talked about the coins, have I?
No. Do you want to do it, or should I take it?
If you want, I mean, if you want to talk about it, sure.
Yeah, cool. So, there's a coin counter. You'll see it in the bottom left if we load into the level here. Overall, you can collect a maximum of 10 coins, and these coins affect your speed. So having the maximum of 10, make sure that you have the maximum toss speed that your combo will allow. Anything under that, you will have a little bit less speed. So it's important to try and collect your coins as soon as you can to make sure that you have the maximum speed that you can have. And if you lose some coins, you obviously want to replenish them as soon as possible. Nice Nisk there, by the way.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight Nisk to do as well. So.
Yeah, making the jump, although already hard, is still kind of doable, but you want to make that jump in a way where you're already turned so you can keep going. And that's the very challenging bit. You kind of want to drift jump that, which is a bit complicated.
There we go.
Like that. Where you land into a new drift so you can just drift away from that spot and continue your way.
It saves a bunch of time as well.
Yeah, it saves you doing that entire corner section, which you need to brake drift quite a lot to make, so...
No, yeah, no. I don't know where I could have put it. I don't know where I could have put a banana there, so... Unfortunate. Won't be a 3 out of 3. Okay, we're down to 110 behind now. So here, what I'm going to do... There we go. There we go. I'm going to take wide just so I can use these... like
one of the
energy,
most... Yeah,
these energy ramps, I guess.
This track is an F-Zero track. The energy things are also inspired by F-Zero. Basically, in the F-Zero games, you had things on the floor where you would get your energy back. Your energy being used for boost. So in this game, they translated that to the energy pads give you coins, because that also gives you extra speed. because they already had the boost pads, obviously. So it translates pretty well, I'd say.
Okay, this is absolutely not how I'm usually taking this, but okay. Oh, okay, it hit the banana. Nice. No, there is another red. There we go. Nice, now we have a defensive in second. Oh god.
And a blue shell coming as well. Can you race it? I think you just might barely make that. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, barely make that.
I'm a little bit behind, of course, but not too much.
Okay, 7, 8, 9.
Warriors Gold Mine is another one of those tracks that, while it's wide, it's deceptively tight to make the corners optimally. Trying to cut the corner as close as possible is obviously a bit risky here, because there's no rails anywhere.
Oh, I think the red hit one of...
Yeah, one of the Keiths, I think, yeah, or bats. That might, yeah.
Okay, so it was a blessing and a curse, this one. So I did lose time, but I ended up avoiding getting hit by the blow, so...
Yeah, at least you didn't lose time twice.
Yeah, also the blooper is actually the worst item in the game. You hate having, like, getting hit by the blooper on 200. Mostly because the blooper makes everything slippery as well, so... you need to compose with it. Okay. It's going relatively well so far. Nope. Yep, I pressed too early. That's fine. It happens. So we're just going to have a coin. Wait, how am I already in first? Okay, I'll take it, I guess. So again, right side, left side here. You're going to see also that I keep my coin before going towards an item. Reason being that when you... oh wow, okay. Oof. Sure. When you have a coin as a first item, the game is programmed in such a way that it cannot... well, offline at least. The game is programmed in such a way that it cannot give you... like a coin as a second item.
You essentially increase your chance to get a defensive item by a considerable margin by throwing away the coin after activating the item box. For 2 item box, you obviously want to throw it away before then, but for 1 item box, you want to throw it away as the roulette is running.
There we go.
Another track with an interesting niche here.
I haven't done it completely because it's really hard to find the right angle, but yeah.
Yeah, if you get the angle wrong there, you can actually hit the ceiling. So it's a bit odd. Or fly off the level. That's happened to me more times than I want to mention.
Oh, there we go, yeah. Sometimes the pathing of the there we go. Yeah, I overshot. That tends to happen as well.
You kind of just have to find a setup to start your opening drift correctly here, and then it's doable, but definitely difficult.
I will take it. I have no horn now, so someone throws a bloom. A little screwed.
Well, at least they're far enough away that if they throw it now, you'll probably be alright.
Yeah, I should be alright now. It is a like flat 4-second loss though.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Yeah, I lost a bit of time compared to my PB here. Nope. Pretty sure I'm oh, never mind. I was like pretty sure I'm breaking down, but it was just good enough.
Follow Nisk there, over the grass. Makes that section of turns way easier to negotiate as well, so it's, regardless of speed, it also just makes the track a little bit easier.
Oh god, okay. It was pretty bad there. Oh, never mind, hit the red. Maybe the banana in the middle here? No. It's fine.
Oh. Yeah, we actually saw it happen. There's an interesting bit of the track there where if all three bumpers get hit, it opens up the ramp for a little bit to go straight down the middle. Over the Master Sword.
Close. Okay.
Oh, it opened up again. Can you use it now?
Yeah, that should be enough. Okay. Yeah, it's probably going to be a 137 unless the ending is great. Unless the ending is good enough, it's probably going to be a 137.
Time for one of the shortest tracks, though.
Yep. About 50 seconds. Not much to do, so just enjoy the music. Or, well, for certain definition of enjoying, at least.
Depends on how often you try to enjoy it.
Like, basically, Baby Park is this track where it's either loved or hated, there's no in between. There we go, yeah, no, that's the problem, it's so chaotic.
I didn't want to say anything. It was going pretty well so far, but I mean, arguably it still is.
Wait, he had another shock?
The lightning was a bit unfortunate, but I mean...
Apparently one of the AI had another shock in hand. They just didn't use it.
Yeah, they probably went to throw it down right away after this one cleared. Very technical track again with the cheese land here. A couple ways to resolve this this next section here.
Going to take it
Yeah.
normally the first time, and then I have another idea. I usually take.
Yeah. Cool. Then we can see both ways to resolve it. So a small little nisk you can take here as well to the right after the start, where you can hop through the cheese through the sand. But it's very tight.
Ooh, not the greatest.
Yeah, being blind here makes that skip really difficult. Oh.
There we go.
Yeah, you're trying to avoid the cheese blocks right in your way there. But other than that, that is the other way you can take it, where you just skip the couple corners. And here's the nisk.
There we go. And I'm going to get hit by the blue anyways. Yeah, keep in mind, there's also sometimes some runs that I do, which is category extension in Blue Yourself. Basically, the category consists of getting 2,000 units away from first, getting a blue shell, going back to first place, and using the blue shell in yourself.
Nice. And all in one race, obviously, so...
Yeah. And the record is just so optimized. I think the world record is like 11 frames from perfection or something.
That is insane.
Yeah. I mean, granted it's a 35-second run, but that's absolutely insane.
When you need to start getting the frame counter out, you know it's fairly optimal, regardless of length.
Okay, this one you can actually, this Nisk you can actually do pretty consistently, even if you drive on the grass.
Yeah. If you want to take a bit more risk, you try to hop in the grass, but it does make it a bit harder to line up.
I used my coin. Probably shouldn't have.
Knowing your boot track record, yeah, probably not, but we're about to find out.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's where the risk comes in.
That is dodgy. That is absolutely dodgy.
Yeah.
Wow.
You need to do it with no steering input, because otherwise you get thrown into a drift. It is very hard to get adjusted to. You have to find a lineup where you're already lined up before you go to the grass. Yeah, that. Pretty much that.
Of course, GSD talking about Big Blue, talking about Baby Park, saying it's the best track in the game. That's when I say, like, it's either loved or hated. There's nothing in between.
Did you manip this actually?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You can manip this, but you can only do it in like private lobbies, and if you choose the track beforehand.
Okay. I thought you can manip this even on 48 tracks. I have done it before.
Or I don't remember.
So basically for this track, you can choose what season it's going to be on.
Yeah.
So you have spring, summer, autumn, or winter. You either do it as you select the level, or for this run for 48 tracks, you do it as you press OK as you start the run. And it'll manip this track all the way down the line, basically. So if you hold, I think it's LR, so either of the L buttons or either of the R buttons, so the buttons or the shoulder buttons, basically, you can manip what season this track is going to be on. And there's a couple seasons that are faster because of certain reasons. But we got fall, so it's still pretty good.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, you can manip this, even for 48 track. You just need to remember to do it all the way at the start.
Yeah. I'm getting absolutely pummeled. Alright, 4 races left. About 8 minutes? Yeah, about
pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, it's about 1.5 to 2 minutes per track, so that checks out.
Alright. Neo Bowser City, or Koopa City it is called in the European version.
Another track with lots of 180s and very tight turns all over the place, so a ton of brake input even though you're trying to be fast. You can even hear it here if you're listening. You can hear Ulvind feathering the brake input to not brake too much, but still brake enough to make the turns.
What was the tight one? Ooh, not great. I do have a horn now.
Yep, and the boo just came in, so... No horn, I guess. No fun allowed.
No horn. Yep.
No blue shell just yet. Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. 3 tracks left. This one is definitely one of the hardest, if not the hardest in the whole run.
Yes.
especially to do it optimally.
If you're trying to do the nisks here, then most definitely yes. There's some off-track shenanigans in this track that are very tight, especially on 200. Of course, Ulvind does go for it. Yeah, the second bit was not gonna... Yeah.
Yeah, my angle was just way too wide.
No, that's why it's so hard, because doing the first one, you already have to be setting up for the second one to be able to do both of them in a row. This is one of the ones where I just went, yeah, I'm just not gonna bother with this because...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that can most definitely happen.
What?
Yep.
No.
The vulnerability frames
It's barely
just barely run out there.
Oh my god. Okay. So this I can explain. You've seen that there were less than 30 seconds between the two shocks. So I did say that if the shock was used, it could not be used it could not be gotten for another 30 seconds. But if you already had a shock in hand, you can actually use it.
Yeah, you can basically hold shocks.
With it. Yeah, it's not uncommon to see, like, in competitive teams having like 2 or even 3 shocks and using it in succession.
They intentionally leave a couple players back that then go and get shocks, and near the end of the level, near the end of the race, right at the end, they start shocking in quick succession to make sure that they can overtake the other team right at the end.
I mean, it can be at the end of the tracks, but it's often like before some item sets, for example, just to set up the rest of the race. Like, the sandbag strategy is very convoluted. Having done some competitive Mario Kart for the past 4 years, basically. Oh. Okay.
Trying to do a disc and then having an item hit you is just a feels bad moment.
No, the okay was just because I was trailing my bomb at that moment, and somehow it didn't hit.
Yeah, it feels like that's sometimes down to the drift angle, where the shell just hit you from the side, not the back, for some reason.
There we go.
Especially on very tight turns, that seems to happen sometimes.
Oh God. There we go. Let's see. It's gonna be like 137, 15, 20, something like that.
You going for the ultra or not?
I'm gonna try, at least.
Let's go.
I've never managed to hit it, but I can try.
Yeah, I almost managed to hit it last time at BSG.
Okay, I'm going to try this. So I have to go up. Well, yeah, no. Yeah, I was not even close.
So basically, what Ulvind was trying to do there is, if you take a big turbo in off that ramp there, you can actually float all the way along that hill, across all the way to the end of that section, and almost like right before the turn for the tunnel, essentially. So you can skip a major part of the track. It is doable in 200cc, but it's very hard to pull off. And everybody has a different setup as
ready.
well. Yep.
Get ready, and time. 37:12. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I didn't get much luck, sadly, but
No.
It was a pretty decent run, all things considered. 1 minute and 15 seconds behind my PB, so
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it was definitely pretty decent. I think with better RNG, you can definitely push it lower, but sometimes the game do be saying to you, "No, you ain't PBing today, son."
Have any shoutouts or things you want to do?
So yeah, shoutouts to the Mario Kart Deluxe community, the Mario Kart Deluxe speedrunning community as well, because there's a massive speedrun community for this, with, of course, the usual 48 tracks and 200 and 150, the DLCs as well, which are starting to get extremely well run, extremely run as well. And the other miscellaneous categories like 100%. Yeah, definitely a lot of things to do in the Mario Kart community. So if you want to join us, I mean, Mario Kart is a game open to everyone. If I had to give an advice to everyone who wants to start playing Mario Kart, it's it's mostly going to be practice time trials first. Learning the lines is the most important before trying to get into any runs, and don't get discouraged if you get like pummeled by the items. It happens, it happens. So yeah, I'll be back in like 4.5 hours, like 4 hours or something, for another run of another game, which is Super Market Trick. And we're going to leave you with GSD with his run of
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Ooh. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the marathon, and I'll see you in a couple hours. Cheers.
Thank you for your run, Ulvind, and as you just mentioned, we'll be setting up for Captain Toad Treasure Tracker Switch Any Percent by Green Snow Dog. So definitely stay tuned for that, and we'll be right back.